Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanna and this is Joanna Bungeons. I've not had a video up in I don't even know how long. I've gone through a whole bunch of things in the last couple of years and I just didn't know where I wanted to go with this channel. I'm still trying to figure it out, but today I wanted to do a video because I haven't done one in a while. And I'm still waiting on my first paycheck from YouTube, and the only way I'm going to get a paycheck from YouTube is if I do videos. So, today I am going to show you how I made these little miniature earrings. They're books. They're actual, like, there's no words on the pages, but the pages flip. There's individual pages in there. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I bought a file on Etsy that has all kinds of little miniature books associated or on this one sheet, and I printed it out on sticker paper. So you're going to print it out on sticker paper. I'll try to link the thing below when I do the video. I'm always forgetful, so don't come at me. Just remind me and I'll post the link. I always forget links. I'm terrible about that. But anyway, so I printed all of them out. I printed them out twice so I could have 2 of each. And then you make papers and you glue them in and you get this little book. Right? And then you make 2, and then I cover it with this holographic sticker paper to try to protect it a little bit, because I mean it's paper, they're not going to go well with humidity and water and stuff like that, so you want to protect it as much as you can. So like I said, first you want to print this out and then cut them out. It's sticker paper. And then I take cardstock and I stick it to cardstock. So, okay. So I've already got one done, but I'll show you how to do the other one and put it all together. So this is the sticker. You can hear my cat in the background throwing a hissy. So you just stick it on a piece of cardstock. And this is a good way to get rid of, if you're a paper worker, if you work with paper, it's a good way to get rid of some scraps of sorts. If you make stickers, it's a good way to get rid of scraps. And then I just cut it out. There, like that. And then you want to take and let's see, how many did I? This is 1 and 1. Okay. You want to score or just fold it. I have the equipment, so I'm going to use it. It just makes it a little bit easier. So this has this is the front cover, the spine, and the back cover. I hope you can see me just fine. I apologize if you can't. This was a last minute decision to make a video because I hadn't made one in a while. So I just scored a line on each side of the spine where I thought the spine was. If you have better eyesight, you might actually be able to see it better. It depends on how thick you want that spine to be. And then you can just either finger press it or use your bone folder. to get a better crease. And this book was a little bit thinner, so I made sure, trying to make sure that they're the same width. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is, this was a full-size sheet of paper, several full-size sheets of paper. So you want to get the same thickness. It's easier if you do them at the same time, but I was just making books and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. And so I just figured out what I wanted to do. I think if I just cut this and then cut it in half. Let's see, where's the halfway? I cut this in half. Basically, you're just trying to get these small enough to fit in the book. You're not going to get them all the way small, and I'll show you how to deal with that after it's said and done. So I'm just tapping it to make it flat. You want a flat surface. Make sure they're all the same. And that looks like it's going to fill that spine pretty well. So if that's the thickness that you want, then we're going to run with that. And then I take my little Wonder Clip here. Let me get this out of the way. Excuse my trashed out work area. I apologize for bumping you. And then I'm just going to take this Mod Podge and this foam brush, and just like you would if you know how to make notepads, which I just discovered how to make notepads recently. So I think that's the one reason why I have decided to just do weird things. And this is one of those weird things. Actually, they're really cute when they're done. So, and you can be as messy or as neat as you want. And I've found that if I just put a real thick layer, I don't know if you can see, a real thick layer of the glue on there the first time, then it'll be sufficient. And then you just set it to the side so it can dry. And I didn't have one already done in that stage, and I just realized that. Alright, so, alright, we'll just rush this one. So once this is dry, you're going to put another, so we're going to pretend this is dry because I forgot that stage. We're going to put another layer of Mod Podge on that after it's dried. This is the book we were working with. And then you're going to put the book over it, smush it down. I go like this on the spine to make it as flat. You can use your bone folder to burnish it down. And then I just clamp it again as tight as I can up against that spine with the Wonder Clip. I apologize if the light is weird. So there's that. Alright, so this one's already dry, and then you wait for it to dry. And then you've got something like this. And then I just take my rotary cutter and along the edge, Very carefully cut the excess off. On all three sides. Just be very careful, because if that slips, you could... And then turn it over, because sometimes you might have some white around. If you don't care that that's there, you don't even have to care about it. But I try to get rid of some of it. Keep your hands out of the way. I mean, it's handmade. It does not have to be, it's not going to be machine perfect, you know what I'm saying? It's handmade. Alright, that's good enough. So now you have 2 books, identical books. Sometimes these are a little bit rough or crooked or whatever, and I'll just take a sander and try to straighten it out, smooth it out best I can. It doesn't really, you don't have to, you can just leave it as is. I'm sure it's fine no matter what you do, right? Looks like I cut that one too much. That's fine. You could go in and distress the outsides of the pages with some distress ink to make them look older. You know, whatever. But, I mean, as you can see, they're real flippable pages. It's just plain white paper. And, you know, you got to be careful, because if you don't glue that properly, some of the pages may fall out. You just never know. So just glue. If the pages stick together, if you're making them into earrings, it's really not that big of a deal. People really aren't going to be able to flip through those pages. So, oh, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. It's not that big of a deal. All right, on to the next. I apologize. My camera is on the desk, so I didn't realize it, and I'm shaking my leg because that's what I do. All right. Then I'm going to take this holographic. Let me see if I can get the camera lower. Light is worse lower down there, but hopefully you can see. Alright, so this might be wide enough. Yeah, that's wide enough. So I just need to know, this is real technical. I'm just going to fold it down like that. You see that crease? See the crease right there? And I'm just going to do my best to cut it straight and peel it off. And then, where's the camera? You just take it and try to get it lined up the best that you can. Pardon the dogs in the background, they're probably barking. Now the 11-year-old is yelling at them. So then I just burnish it down with my bone folder. It's easier to do when you have a harder surface. And then just wrap it all the way around. Burnish it the best that you can. Make sure it's adhered properly. And then I just take my, what are supposed to be my fabric scissors. I'm probably going to have to buy a new bag, or a new set, or a new pair. Wow. Because I have been using them for everything because they are sharp and beautiful. I must have gotten a delivery. I ordered some things. Glorious Amazon. I hope you can hear me. I'm just mumbling. Just trying to get all of the excess of the holographic sticker paper off of the edges. Looks good. So then you can just leave it like that. If you have like a little miniature house or whatever, and you need books for your bookshelf, you could just leave them totally like that. That would totally be cute on a bookshelf. All right. And then you just do the same thing for this one, as long as it goes around. We're gonna, I think I'm off camera, make my crease. Cut it off, it's a little crooked. Try not to get stragglers on the sticker. And you don't have to put the sticker paper on if you don't ever plan, if you just want to put them on your miniature bookshelf or what have you. If you're not going to make them into earrings that could possibly go outside and be in the humidity or whatever, you don't have to put, I'm just putting this on in hopes that, you know, the paper won't curl, because that happens in the humidity and wet weather. It will curl. So I'm hoping by putting the sticker paper on the holographic stuff that it will keep it from curling and ruining. That's my hope, my dreams, and my plans. So, because these are, I am going to sell these, so I want to make sure that they are worth, you know, somebody paying money for, because everything I make to sell. So then I have two. Obviously they're not the same exact thicknesses, and you know, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't really matter. They're going to be on opposite ears. If somebody's really worried about that, then you just, I started them on different days and finished them on different days, so that's the reason why the thicknesses are different. If you start them at the same time, the thicknesses will be the same, because you'll just use the same paper. And you don't have to make them this thick. You can make them thinner. You could get some foam board and use foam board and just cut out little tiny pieces of foam board and, you know, wrap it around the foam board. That's good. You could do what is that? Chipboard. You can do anything. You don't have to do individual papers. In fact, foam board would probably be the better alternative as far as, you know, waterproofing maybe. I think somebody even sells like little tiny acrylic pieces that go with this. The person that I bought the file from for the books, I think, has little acrylic pieces that you just wrap these around, and that's why you print them out on sticker paper. So you could just buy those and make the books. But I did it this way because I wanted to make them into earrings, and I can't punch holes in acrylic. I mean, I guess I could with a little rotary tool. So anyway, poking holes. I don't know what this tool is called. I think it's for leather working, to punch holes in for leather working. But it has different size holes in them. going to get the smallest hole, I think. That's what I used the last time. I might have used a bigger hole. And yes, it's going to go into the name, but that's okay. I just put it right like this, right in the corner there. You don't want it too close because you don't want it to fall through at any point. And then you just bite it. And I think I got it too close to the edge. That's fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. So then it just makes a hole. Yeah, I got it a little too close. That's why I misshapened it. But it's fine. And then again with this one, you're going to do it right there. Try to do it in the same spot. Give it a bite. Ta-da! You have holes. Don't like the way that happened. I'm sure it's fine. My other ones didn't do that because I did them a little bit further down. So, lesson learned, do them a little bit further down with your tool. I don't know what other tools you could use that with to get a hole in them. I just have that on hand. So if you have something else that you could do, that's awesome. But now I have holes. And now we're going to make them into earrings. Those two jump rings. You need a larger jump ring to fit through those holes. That size jump ring or smaller to orient it the correct way to attach it to the earring. Then you want those to hold them onto the earring card. Alright. Move some of my trash out of the way. This is going to be the hard part, doing it on the camera. So you just open the jump ring and ta-da! Put it through. Close the jump ring. Close the jump ring as tight as you can get it, because you don't want it coming apart. I am not using my best pair of pliers for this, so it's a little bit more difficult. And then the smaller jump ring, you're going to put through that. And then you're going to make sure that the hook, see this part, is facing towards the back. I don't think you can see what I'm doing. It's facing backwards when you put it on there, so that it faces the correct way. I don't know how many times I've put them on backwards. And you want to make sure. Oops, not on camera. There's no gap. Otherwise, those little suckers will just slip right through. for the other one. These are, I think I found these ones like in the dollar store in the flower section. I think these are for, you know, doing flowers and stuff. They could have other uses, but I think that's how I acquired them, because I was doing things with flowers and I needed them. I don't do anything with flowers anymore. I got rid of all my flowers. And again, you want to make sure that's backwards, or the back of it. You don't want to do that. That's inappropriate. And I'm leaving that in there because I am not editing this video. So this is raw, unedited video. Because I just want to do something quick, easy, and download it super duper fast so that I could get some content out there and get back into the YouTube game, because I miss it. Not gonna lie, I miss it. I love YouTube. It's one of my most favorite things in life, and my children's lives. Alright, so then I'm going to cut my card out. This is not a step you have to do if you're just making them for yourself. I make my own cards. Everything for my business. And up into business cards. I make my own business cards. I make my own earring cards. I make my own sticker labels for, you know, price tags, and I do everything for me. I just make it all. Probably the reason why I spend a whole lot more time in the craft room than most other people do, because everything I do is handmade. Everything. I lost one of my rubber things. It's probably in this mess somewhere, or when I dropped everything earlier, it shot across the room. I'm sure it's fine. We have another. And then I just take this little chomper thing and I chomp the holes in the card. I designed these on Canva. And then you just pop these little suckers right here. Sorry, I always go off camera. My nails are too long. Okay. And then to protect it, oh, I already have one over here. Okay, well, you know, I'm crazy. To protect it, I'm going to put it inside this bag here, because the cards itself, even though I put that sticker stuff on top of the book, whoops, the cards themselves being outside, and a lot of my events are outside or open door, so there is going to be humidity and things like that getting to this stuff. the cards themselves that the earrings are on tend to curl as well, and I don't want that. So take that. And I also put my booth number at the place where I have a booth at, so that if I take anything that I make out of my stash for events, I don't have to do anything to it. And then I'm gonna take this thing on the biggest hole. Go right here in the center. Give it a bite. Twist it a little bit. Ta-da! Now I have a hole to hang them up. So there they are. So yeah, I put that and the price so that if, like I said, if I haven't sold them in quite some time in events and I'm shifting and making different things, then I can just take them off and put them in my booth at Ellie Mills Mercantile in Jackson, Ohio. So these are a new product. A lot of times I just buy charms and then make the earrings, but those earrings there are completely 100% handmade. Everything about them is handmade. So just thought I would make a video of how to do something. Maybe that's where my videos are going to end up. Maybe I'll do some budgeting. I don't know. The video here was just to show you how to put together some really cute mini book earrings. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all of the things. I'm going to go ahead and probably do more videos along this lines, crafting and stuff like that, only because it makes me happy. And I hope it makes you happy too. As always, I love you, and make sure you have a blessed day. Bye guys!